Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is Saturday. It is time for the Sidewinder Saturdays. Now, as always, I have been making some tweaks and changes to the audio and the microphone setups. Last week's was not ideal, not ideal. So I have made some more changes. Do let me know in the chat. Whether the audio is fine, whether I'm too loud or the game's too quiet, or as the game goes on. Obviously, there's no game audio just yet, but let me know. Let me know how it sounds. I'm just going to do a quick audio check. Yep, just double checking. The microphone isn't picking up all the background noise. So anyway, welcome, welcome. Let me know how that sounds. Anyway, welcome, welcome. I'm going to try and speak not loud today for the new audio setup, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway. Welcome as always. It is Sidewinder Saturday. It's that time of the week where I crack on with my Elite Dangerous and you guys get to hang out in the chat for 2 or 3 hours. If you've not seen one of these before, basically I am in the Sidewinder that I started the game with. You get it for free for the Pilots Federation, and most people get rid of it as soon as they get enough money to buy a better ship, because the Sidewinder is kind of, how to explain it? It's kind of like being given a pair of Crocs. You don't like them, but you're going to wear them if you absolutely have to go across a cobbly pebble beach and you haven't got anything else to wear, and it's the only option. And most people see them like that, but I've kept it and I love it to bits. It's my little space wedge. It's called the Squishywidge. Obviously, you can see it on the side there. And basically, my plan is to get this thing tooled up, go to all the engineers, get it all engineered to get good engines and everything else. Get everything sorted out. As not all the engineering, because I can't do all the engineering, because there's certain engineers that require like me to get certain amounts of cargo, and I can't do more than 4 tons of cargo, I think, or 2 tons of cargo. So there's some things that are just off limits to me in the Sidewinder. But the plan is to get it engineered up as much as I can, and then go on a big explore to get to the centre of the Milky Way, to the black hole, Sagittarius A star at the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. That's my plan. It'll probably take me millions of years. And forever, but do lots of scanning and probing and everything else along the way, and have lots of jolly good fun times. And that's it basically. So but the intention is, this is the ship I started with, and I've got to be honest with you, it's not even been destroyed once. It's basically got pants weapons, pants shields, pants frame shift drive. Everything is a bit rubbish. It can't go into combat with anything and survive more than 2 seconds. It has been into combat a few times when it's been interdicted, but it's been rescued by federal police spaceships, so I've managed to survive. So somehow I've got to, 57 million credits. I've done some sort of simple jobs just to make some money, and I've got all the way down to where to go to the Maya system to pick up some bits for the engineer to do this bit we're going to do today. I went through Thargoid infested space and back out again, and somehow survived a couple of interdictions from pirates. And it's still the same ship. It's not been blown up once. So ideally, when I get to the Sagittarius A star many years from now, I want to still be in this specific ship and not a respawn. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, welcome, welcome. As always, it's just a chance for you guys to hang out in the live chat and have a jolly good time while I fly along and waffle incessantly. This more than most streams, is going to be a case of you guys talk to me in chat, and we'll hang out and we'll have deep conversations about space or science, whatever you want to talk about. Because it's not like I'm doing like model making where I can answer your questions about model making. This is just me playing a game and hanging out with you guys. So feel free to talk about anything you want. Give me things. If you're watching this, you can see the chat in the top right hand corner there, just obscuring the face of our pilot. The pilot, of course, for this ship is that Bev Bevan from 1980s ELO, or even Bev Bevan from that 1980s ELO. That's our pilot. But yes, you can see the chat there. If you want to join in the live chat, because that's where it's all going on, you need to be watching this on YouTube. So make sure you click on the little YouTube icon that's in the bottom right hand corner of the video player somewhere, and that'll take you to YouTube where you can join in the live chat. If you're watching this on Patreon or somewhere else where it's embedded and you can't see the chats, do go and join in. Jolly good times to be had. As always, very quick shout out to the people that support the channel. I haven't got my buttons today. I don't do buttons when I do these game streams, so if you want to help support this channel, there are links to my Patreon, also my Amazon store, my Goblin Gaming affiliate link, all in the description, and emodels.co.uk, all in the description below this video. Do go and check them all out. especially Goblin Gaming for your tabletop stuff. You make massive savings, and that link, if you use that link, it tells them I sent you, and I get a little bit of income from that. So do check out all the links to Amazon, my Amazon store, Goblin Gaming, and all the other stuff down there, and merch as well. Go and check it all out. All your support is gratefully acknowledged. And if you want to, of course, if you are in chat and you want to ask me a question and show your support for the channel, you can do a super chat, which is the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That means that I can't miss your comment because it pops up in a coloured box and there's an animation and it goes ping, but also it helps this channel out a little bit. And before we get going, last of all, don't forget, of course, you can see in the top left-hand corner, we've still got the stream boss battle. George is still the stream boss, and his health is ever so slowly coming down. Basically, stream boss battle is a way for you guys as a community to come together to raise a whole mess of money into a big pot. And then somebody, whoever gets George down to 0 health, will become the new stream boss and will inherit that big pot of money to spend at Games Workshop, Forge World, or Goblin Gaming if you're in the EU. And when George became the stream boss, he won just shy of 500 quid. So, worth doing it. And the way to enter that, the way to knock George's health down, is to use the tip jar. You can see the address at the bottom left there, the streamlabs.com/model making guru. Every time a tip goes into the tip jar, it takes some of George's health away. The more you put in, the more health comes off. And if you get into 0, you win all the money in that tip jar. And I don't get any of that money. None of that money comes to me. That's just for you guys. It's for you guys to build a community chest if you're playing Monopoly. Right, so let's have a quick look at chat before we get going. I will just start the game. If you remember, when we were here last, we had gone all the way down to the Maya system, to pick up some meta alloys because we wanted to go to Felicity Farseer to get some engineering done on the frameshift drive on my little sandwedge, my little space wedge, so it can do reasonable jump range. It's got a tiny engine, so it can't do big jumps by itself, but you can engineer it to be a bit better, pushing 26, 27 light year jumps. So we've got there, we got the meta alloys, we've come all the way back, and we're now at Felicity Farseer's base. She's the engineer that's going to do some work for me, so we'll take a look at that in a moment. But before I do that, I will take a quick, I'm going to turn a light on because I can't actually see. Hang on. Oh, that's better. I'm going to turn on the light. Right, so I'll have a quick look in. I don't know who was first because I got into the chat obviously later. But we've got Quanoman and Nim are both in. We're talking about food. Nim has posted some food up in the Boom Hut, the Model Makers Boom Hut, facebook.com/groups/Model Boom Hut. If you want to put pictures of your food in there or anything else, put it in that thread. Reply to Nim's thread. Make it a stream thread. We have Chris at Gross Models is one of your mods. He's probably at work right now, but he's joining us. He'll probably be in and out. He's one of your mods. And my mods are lovely people. They will look after you, but if you cross them, they'll rip you in half and spit down your throat. And yes, I rephrase that. Spit down your throat. This is family friendly. It's not family friendly, but I don't do swearing on the stream because I want to make money off it. You can swear in chat, by the way. Feel free to use all the rude words you want. I don't care. I'm just not going to read those rude words out on a monetized stream. We have Raging Bassist is in. Raging Bassist is a bit spaced out on caffeine. He's been to Costa work on his bass workshop stuff. Good luck with that, dude. If you don't know, Andy got some good news. He's going to be hosting some bass, if I got this right, if I remember correctly, some bass tutorial class type things. So you're going to have a bit of teaching going on. Him doing the teaching, obviously. Being the teacher type. We have Jamie Bone is in. Welcome, Jamie. We have Edward Leonard, Morning Fox, hope your mum is okay. Mama Fox is back to full speed now. I haven't really done anything this week at all. I've done nothing at the bench at all. I was hoping to get the X-Wing stuff done the first couple of days of this week to catch up on that, just because Mama Fox hasn't been well this week, so I've been looking after Mama Fox, so I've had no time to do anything this week. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this today, but it all worked out nicely. But thank you. Ghost Lyle is in. Yes, the space, says Ghost Lyle. Welcome, Ghost Lyle. Muse is in, sneaks in with coffee and sits down. She does this every time she sneaks, but we see her because you need to get your sneak skill up because your sneak skill doesn't work. You're like sneak skill 1. You've put all your points into coffee processing and not into sneak. Candygram for Mongo is in. I hope Dad is feeling better. Dad, not my dad personally, Mama Fox, but Dad, Mike Mountain, he was also poorly sick last week and the week before. I think he went back down with his sickness again. He got angerm and then he got more of an angerm, but I think he's on his mend now. Gross Model says, sorry I went to do some work. Dav's Hope is where you can find lots of the materials you need for engineering. Oh, cool. Nice one. Fantastic. I shall make a note of that. I have got access to an online tool that can tell me where I need to find stuff anyway, but yes, I'm sure I will do. Muse says coffee is more important than snakes. I don't know. It depends if you want to be able to sneak in to get coffee for free and sneak out again. Nobody spots you, like stealing coffee. If you wanted to steal coffee, you'd need coffee taking abilities, but also high sneaks. Right. Anyway, let's crack on. That's the chat up to date. So welcome to all of you. There's 20 of you watching right now. If you are watching and you're not in chat, just remember, click the YouTube icon at the bottom of the video screen. Come and join in the chat. Come and have a good time. Come and have a laugh. Join in. There's good people in there. And you're my lifeline because you give me things to talk about. Right, so let's see what we've got. We're doing engineering, so I've come to see Felicity Fossier. She's at engineer. And what engineers do is they basically tweak your ship to look a bit better, to work better than it can by default. If you put all the best modules in your ship, it works to a certain amount, but they can make it work better. Now, I've just got to do all my usual repairs because we arrived here. Everything, I think, is up to date. I'm not going to update the paintwork. I'm determined to let the paintwork drop to 0 and see what it looks like. Haven't got universal cartographics, so I can't sell on my data. Oh. We might have done that last time, I can't remember. So let's have a look at the engineer's workshop. I've picked up some meta alloys. The first task for me was to get to her and get some meta alloys. So it says, oh, there, oh, achievement unlocked. Let's have a look at that one. I visited an engineer. Thank you very much, the Xbox. The Microsoft. Let's have a look. So yes, if you can see down there, it says donate. By expanding our understanding of the universe is my primary motivation, Commander. Bring me meta alloys so that I may unlock their secrets. Meta alloys are sort of metallic, almost metallic substances produced by Thargoids, the aliens in the game, and they're kind of weird. So I've got some. I'm going to donate it. Donate. Excellent. So now I've done that. I've got no hyperloy. So now what we can do is we can do some modifications. Now you can see here I've got grade 1 access. Now I've not done this for about 2 years, so I've forgotten how it works. Grade 1 access. The more upgrades you commission from me, the more our relationship develops. So basically, it's going to be grind. If she'll say, bring me X amount of this, and I'll bring it, and then she'll say, right, now I can do even better modifications. It's kind of basic grind for upgrades, basically. So, she can do modifications to surface scanners, which are the things that I can use to scan planets, to engines, to the frameshift drive, to power plants. I think she can do 1 upgrade, and that's it for that. Sensors. So the most she can do, though, is frameshift drives. That's her speciality, and that's what I'm looking at today. So let's have a look. Where do you want an upgrade worked on, Commander? Now, I have my 2A rated frameshift drive. So if you look at my ship, I'll come out of there. I'll show you. If you look at the Squishywidge, Quino Man says, I'm trying to watch, but my eyelids are all in the way and stuff. Where did I put that staple gun? Drink more coffee. That helps. Yeah, if you look at the Squishywidge, the core internal, my frameshift drive is a 2A. If you don't know what that means, 2A means it's a module that takes up 2 module slots, so it's 2. Like a 1 takes up 1 mod. It's like, if you're a musician, you'll know rack mount equipment. Imagine 1 is 1 rack mount. It's 1, like, say, reverb box, it slots into a rack. It's 1 unit by, it's 1 unit in size. A 2 is like a reverb box that takes up twice as much space. It's taller, it's too tall. So I've only got 1 and 2 for units, modules. So my frameshift drive is a two slot module, and 2A is the best I can get. You can go from 2A to 2D, I think, or E, F. You can get 2G, and they're like, as you go, as the letter gets higher, it gets worse and worse. So a 2G is pants, and a 2A is the best I can get. That is the best I can get. I can't get a better one than that. So let's get that boostificated a little bit. Now I won't be able to do much yet because I've brought to the meta alloys, but that's it. I haven't unlocked all of it. So let's go for 2ASF FSD. So we can see down here, we can upgrade things like a faster boot sequence. When you come out of a frameshift drop, when you drop out of frameshift drive, you've arrived in a system, it takes a few seconds for it to sort of cool down and be usable again. So that reduces that. Increased range, that's of most interest to me. A shielded frameshift drive, which means you can take more damage before your frameshift drive is knackered if you're in combat. and you can unlock all these. Now, the basic way it works is that I'm grade 1, so I can only you do that level of upgrade, that level, or that level. The rest are all locked. And you'll see on the right hand side, let's say we go for an increased range over here. Under modifications, it says basically if she upgrades it to a level 1 upgrade, under modifications, it will take more power, it will upgrade 3% more, it will take 3% more power, and everything about this is like, you know, about power usage, about temperature. It's heavier, it's 2.75 tons as opposed to 2.5 tons, and especially in my little Sidewinder, weight is everything. It's also less durable, it's got lower integrity, 62.8 instead of 64, but it is optimized for frame shift down. It's optimized to 103.5 tons, which I can't remember what that means, but it means goodness anyway. But as you'll see, cost, atypical disrupted wake echoes 1. I haven't got any. I knew it. I knew it. Knew it. Basically, you know when I pull into a system and I go to the nav beacon and I scan some ships, that's what I'm looking at there, but I don't have wake echoes or a wake shift scanner. I don't know if I need a wake shift scanner to do that, or if that's just, I might need a wake shift scanner. Oh, fudge-tastic. So I can't do that one. I can do a faster boot sequence because I've got grid resistors, so I can do that. So I may as well do that while I'm here. That'll give me, use a bit more, it'll increase my temperature a bit and reduce my integrity a little bit, but it will give me a faster boot time and reduce my mass for jumping, so I'll do that. We'll generate the modification. There we go. So you can see those little blue circles on the right hand side started to fill up. I can't remember exactly how it works, but I'm working my way towards, when they get all the way to the top again, I can do the next effect basically. So I can do another one because I've got 5 of them. Let's do another one. Zip. Zip. Another one. I've got 3 left. I've actually forgotten a lot of how this works. So one more. Oh, I just had just enough. Oh, it's not quite there. It's almost there. But you can see now I've unlocked level 2, which needs more grid resistors and chromium. Now these grid resistors I probably picked up at shipwrecks, at nav beacons and things like that, so I'll have to look for some more of those. I've got chromium. Now for the increased FSD range, what I can do is I can pin. I can't do it. Oh well. I was going to pin the blueprint, because you can pin a blueprint. You can pin one blueprint and take it with you, and you can do it wherever you need to do it. You don't have to be here to do the modification. But I can't do that because I need some atypical disrupted wake echoes. Tubes. So what I need to do is, I think, go and get a wake scanner. I can't check online right now, but if somebody can check in the Google for me, do I need a wake scanner to get atypical disrupted wake echoes? If somebody can check that for me. Who's putting a ban on coffee, asks Nim. Obviously someone who's never worked overnights. Yeah, I bleed coffee, says Muse. Good luck keeping it away from me. Kenneth is in. Evening all. Where's Dad? Hey Kenneth, welcome buddy. Can I do a shielded frame shift drive? Yes I can. We'll modify that. Oh, this will oh hello. Generating this modification will discard the previous modification listed above. Ooh. Well, that's not good. I don't like the idea that it overrides the other one. I thought they were all, you could add them all to each other. That means when I come to do this one, it's going to override it. Oh. Okay, so I can do... Okay, I can do one or the other. I can't do all 3, I guess. It's been a long time since I've done this. That's weird. I can't do even one. Okay, that's weird. Modifications. Okay. Brian M is in. Welcome, Brian. Well, it looks like I've completely wasted my time with those then, because if I'm going to override them, I'd rather have more... I don't know. Do I want more protection? I do eventually want to get increased range, but I can't do that yet. I may as well just go for... I don't know. I don't know. We'll leave it as it is for now. I'm hoping I'm not going to get attacked. At the end of the day, if I get attacked anyway, I'm going to explode within 5 seconds. So the fact that it's shielded... I mean, it does do lots of nice things. I've actually forgotten how all this works. So if I sound like I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing. Integrity from 62 to 80. Actually, might be better to go for shielded because it helps all three of those: integrity, thermal load, and optimized mass. You know what? I'm going to go for these. I'm going to override them. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I've forgotten how this works, so I'm just pressing buttons now. We'll do this one. It's all levelling up anyway. It's all levelling her up. Doesn't really matter. Using up all my nickels. Ooh, another achievement. Mod culture. Ooh. Engineers Workshop. Now, I'm actually collecting Microsoft reward points, so that's 2. The weekly one this month is get 3 achievements, so I might actually do this and get all 3. I can go for a level 2 update, which is one of them. Do this one. So my mass will go up a little bit, up by 8%. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it. I've got plenty of carbons and shield emitters. And I've got level 3, which is I've got all that. Oh, hello! I'm enjoying this. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, I got a message from someone. You watch me use all these things now and realise I should have saved them all. They're actually increasing the range. I can do level 4. I haven't got vanadium or high density composite. I've not really done any planetary resource scooping yet. Okay, so with this you'll have, let's have a look. So at the moment, we have a very potent ship. I tested it on the way to the Coalsack Nebula. It's good value for its price. A small increase to mass is offset by improved integrity and heat generation, along with a small increase to range. It's pretty much the minimum I consider viable for a serious exploration vessel. Cool. When I do this one, what I intend to do is start doing these. Now, what I will need is arsenic. I'll need lots of arsenic, and I can do that from planetary mining. And I need a whole mess of atypical disrupted wake echoes and eccentric hyperspace trajectories. They're the hard ones to get because you have to spend ages grinding them. It's a right pain in the bum. Okay, well, we'll go and do some nav beacon hunting around, I think. That's what we'll do so far. I've no idea what I've done. I've pressed some buttons. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Mass, yay, go up a bit, but ooh, foods. Yes, says Quantum Man. So I've no idea what I've just done. I've just pressed some buttons and it's all good, but this is what I want. I want increased FSD range, basically. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. What else can I play with? Engine. Let's see what you can do to thrustaniums. Dirty drive tuning. Make my drives dirty. Clean drive tuning. Now I've got all the bits. I've got some of all the bits for all of these. Let's see what else we've got. Power plants. What can I do with power plants? Armored power plant. Overcharged power plant. Oh, I can do all of these. Power generation is lost and mass increased with their handling. Loses modular integrity and increases thermal load to provide increased power generation. Modular integrity is improved, allowing small improvements to power generation and heat efficiency at the cost of increased mass. Have a look. Oh, I don't know now. I don't know. Thermal handling, increases thermal load, power generation. I might get a bit more power out of this. Might do it. Putting my temperature up a bit. 5%, 3%. This actually puts my power from 8.8 to 9.15, which I might need. I might need when I start upgrading the other stuff. Shields online. I think. Let's have a look. Can I do another one of those? Do another one. See what happens. More. More. There we go. So that's maximated. That can take me up to 9.86, and I can do that. Oh no. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, bum tubes. That could take me higher there. Let's just do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea what I'm doing. But the thing is, I suppose I can come back to her and start swapping this out back and forth if I need to. If I was taking my time, I could probably actually understand this. I remember the first time I ever did this, I didn't quite understand it. I don't know. What else can we play with? Sensors. Well, I haven't really got good sensors. I'm only on like 1D. I don't need massive, powerful sensors, really. I'm alright, but again, because I'm in a Sidewinder, I've got to think about weight. I can't put all the A-rated equipment in there because, yeah. But I know my power plant is a 2B. I could go for a 2A and get more, but again, it's weight. I'll probably leave that as it is. That's what we can do with engines. Thrustage. Clean drive. I can't remember what. Let's have a look. It's just you and the void at the end of the day, she says at the end of every thing. I don't know what an optimal multiplier is. I think I'll go for clean drive tuning. If I remember rightly, this should be my thrusters and thruster capabilities. Might improve things a little bit. But you see why this is the grind part of the game, the engineering, because you have to get these resources to spend them at the engineer shop, and it's getting these resources that's the tricky bit. So like where I need this, I need specific like wake signals and things like that. That's a kind of ball ache to get those. One more. Oh, come on. Oh, I've got enough left. Oh, I'll do some more like shipwreck scans, aren't I? Ah, well, I think that'll do for now. Can I do anything with my sensors? I may as well see if I can boost them a bit. Lightweight scanner. Long range scanner. Improves the range of the scanner by increasing the power draw and narrowing the scanning angle. Improves the angle at which the scanner can work, but increases the mass and scanning time. Yeah, I'm getting to the. I think I'm probably getting to the limits of power and mass now. The scanner. Takes my scan angle from 30 degrees to 27. Takes it from 0.5 to 0.6 tons. 4.5 to 5 kilometers. I might actually go for . Lowering the passive angle and decreasing the integrity. Yeah, I might go for this one because it lowers the weight, and that's kind of the important one. I've got 3 of them, haven't I? I can do this one possibly all the way, I think. Go that one. With the range of them. Go on then. Let's pay you some of this made up space money. It's made up of not space money. Oh no. Go. Do that one, yeah. Finished that one, didn't I? Do another one. This modification has been completed. Yeah, let's just do it. What we'll do is we'll pull out the space station now and find that I weigh 350 tons. I've got a jump range of like 2 feet. I can jump like 5 light years or something. I've made a mistake, a terrible mistake. But it's levelling her up, so at the end of the day. Right, I think that's going to do. So let's now take a moment of sheer terror. See how badly I've messed things up. Let's have a look. So, total power. Well, we've got 9.86 megawatts, so power there is looking good. We're not, with everything deployed, we're only going to be using 6. I've got loads of excess power, that's nice. Integrity is 108, top speed 267, boost speed 389, that's a bit higher. Total mass, jump range, yeah, it's not bad. Jump minimum is 20 light years, maximum down at the bottom in the middle is 22 light years. We're doing alright, we're doing alright. So what I do need to do, can I not pin that? Can I not pin? Oh, I can pin it now, okay. Yes! 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 Oh, I've just got 3. When I was doing the Microsoft reward points this month, because I'm using Microsoft reward points to get like a free month of Ultimate Game Pass each month, and it said this week's like challenge to get 100 points is to get 3 achievements. I'm like, I'm not going to get 3 achievements in a week. I've just got 3 achievements. That's 100 Microsoft reward points. Kick ass. Thank you, Elite Dangerous. Right, so I have... No, I didn't want that one. I want to pin this blueprint so for the increased frameshift drive range. What it means is, if I pin the blueprint, it means that, if I remember rightly, it means that I don't have to come back here to do the upgrades. I can do it wherever I am, as long as I've got like a shipyard, and I've got max. I've already reached grade 5 access to her, so I've maxed her out. So I think it means as long as I go to outfitting, or somewhere, I can't remember where, I'll have to check it, but somewhere it means I can do pinned blueprints without having to come back here, basically. I think, anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Now, have I got anything to sell with this lady? So now I've unlocked her so I can sell lots of things. Selling those. There we go. I've got some money for that, I guess. No, I did get an email. There you go. So what you do with these engineers is that you basically, as you get an engineer to max level, they unlock another engineer for you. So she's unlocked modules, engineers. She's unlocked oh, she hasn't unlocked Jurish Mac. Worth Commander, 50 combat bonds for the Federation, for the Federals, that is all. So he does mines, missiles and scanners. Don't really care, I'm not going to be getting into combat, so that's fine. Not really bothered. I've got Elvira Martok who's invited me. She's another one that does frame shift drives. But again, I'm not really too fussed. I've got to get this one. I've got to get her updated first. So she's maxed out, but I've still got to do my frame shift drive. Right. Chris says, you don't level them up if you upgrade elsewhere. You can pin one for each engineer. You can't do the experimental effects anywhere else, though. I don't think I've actually ever used the experimental effects, to be perfectly honest. I don't even know if that's available to me at the moment. They all unlock with different things, distance travel, kills and bounties. Yeah, I remember that bit. Ballistic Farseer unlocks when you travel so many light years distant, I think. Let's have a look. So, not giving the option of experimental effects right now anyway. I think you have to... Oh, I've not finished them yet. I've not finished them yet. I've got things to spend. Let's spend things. Right, hang on. I haven't got them things. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so yeah, so basically this will be engineered all the way. What I could theoretically do is get another frameshift drive and engineer it with increased frameshift drive range. So I have one with maximum range, one with maximum shielding, things like that, I suppose. I don't quite know. Anyway, that's her sorted out. I've got the blueprint pinned. So I need to go and find... I've already forgotten. I have to have a look again, won't I? Ugh. I need to find... Oh, 4 achievements! Seriously? 4 achievements! Way! Is that just purely because I kept going in and out? Hey, if you want a cheap achievement for 5 gamer score, just keep going in and out like that. Come out all the way, go back in again. That's just taking the mickey now. That. Or it could also be because before I started the stream, I did some audio tests and I kept landing on the landing pad and taking off again and coming back. I don't know. Got a dash as bassist. Get my music gear together. Catch you later, dudes. Need to go and make noise. Have fun, my mate. Right, so I need to get a typical disrupted wake echoes. I need to know if I need to get a wake shift scanner. So what I'm going to do, I'll do this on I'm going to do this. I'll do this here. I've not used this thing yet, but let's. So I need to find. Where are we? You should be seeing. I will do it on here. You should see here the EDSM screen. I'm going to do the tab. Atypical disrupted. Atypical. Oops. Disrupted wake echoes. See where I can get these from. Wake scans. So I need to get a wake scan. Okay, so I need to get a wake scanner, I think, for those. I will also need eccentric hyperspace trajectory something or others. Eccentric hyperspace trajectory something or others. Do. Data material, high wake scanning. Okay, so I do need to get a wake scanner. Well, in that case, then we'd better find out where I can get a wake scanner. So, right, I am at Farseer Inc. So what we're going to do is I'm going to close that down. I'm going to do. We are at Farseer Inc. Hopefully you can. I'm just double check you can still. Yeah, you're still seeing this. This is the eddb.io. It's a good place to find things. So we're at Farseer Inc. Which is the system. Where is this system? Let me have a look. We're in the Desiat, of course, the Desiat, isn't it? Desiat system. And we need to find wake scanners. Let's try and go for a good one. Actually, hang on, wake scanners. Hello, Mama Fox. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Mama Fox says hello. Okay, so we want an A-class frame scanner. We're at Desiat. Let's find where we are. The nearest station is Matteucci Dock, which is in Desiat. Excellent, which is not that far away. So let's have a look at the system. I shall close that down, so it's Matteucci Dock. Just put that there instead. Put that back there, and we'll do a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So Matteucci Dock, which is there we go. So we're going to go and visit Matteucci Dock. Just make sure I've got no strange alien cargo in my hold still. Don't think we have any more. Inventory, empty, good. There we go. Was that my cargo or was that somewhere else? No, there we go. Right, so let's go and launch and we'll go to Matteucci Dock. And we'll get ourselves a wake shift scanner. Chris says, hello Mama Fox. Edward says, hello Mama Fox. Edward says, feel better. Yep, she's feeling much better. She was emptying the bins. She was emptying the bathroom bin then. Exciting, huh? So let's get this snowball flying. We've been going for 45 minutes and we're now doing some flying. So, do a bit of that. A bit of this. A little bit of boosty boosty. Let's get out the freight mass lock. There we go. I'm going to have a swig of tea now. I do have my enormous mug of tea today, which is very sweet. And of course means I also have my enormous tissue of mopping up the litres and litres of tea that get absorbed by my moustache. So anyway, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. How is the sound and audio, by the way? Is it good? Is it okay? Let me know. So yeah, I hope you've all been well. I'll say I've unfortunately not had any time at the bench at all this week. I have just been, you know, helping sort stuff out for Mama Fox, which has been poorly sick. So, not had any time at all at the bench. The only thing I really had any time to do is, like, for a few hours here and there, just dive on the Xbox, because I've not been able to get any work done. Because I might have to, you know, stop halfway through and do something else. So, I played a bit of Skyrim this week. That's all. I just needed to do something that I could drop instantly if I had to. But, you know, medical reasons. Which I can't really do if I'm in the middle of filming something. Hence, I couldn't do much work. Quando Man says I've mostly been working on the Falcon this week. Yes, he's working on the is it the perfect grade? I think, isn't it? The perfect grade Bandai Falcon that I'll get round to eventually. I will, honest. I will. One day. One day it will happen. What else has been going on? As always, the most important question that can possibly be asked, that there is at all, the most important question of all time, bench and belly. What's on your bench? What you're working on right now? Or in fact, no. Let's make it different for this stream. Let's have a game and I can't think of it now. Game and I can't say game and watch because the watch is irrelevant. Game and grub. Game and grub. There you go for this stream. Game and grub. What game are you playing right now? And what are you having for your dinner, or what are you going to have for your dinner? So game and grub. Game and grub. Yeah. Some of you are now having your dinner, and some of you are having your breakfast. Oh, sniffly nose. This is taking a while, so I'm going to have a swig of tea. A game, obviously, is this, as you can see from me. Although, as I say, I've been playing some Skyrim. I've been revisiting Skyrim over the last few weeks, just here and there. And grub-wise, I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight. I did wolf down a small handful of Cadbury's Heroes earlier on because I had the munchies, and I took a couple of ghost chili pork cracklings. We've got a massive jar of them from the Snuffling Pig Company. When we first got them the first time, we just ate them from the. It's a big like mason jar size thing. We used to eat them from, just worked our way through them, and it was fine. This time, the first thing I did when I got it was shake the jar to make all the powder go all the way through it, and then we realised they're actually really, really hot. But I can't eat more than 2 or 3 of them before it gets uncomfortable. So I had a couple of pieces of ghost chili pork cracklings and some miniature Heroes. That's all I've had today. But I don't know about dinner. I'm not sure yet. No, I'm not going to overshoot, so get to 7 seconds. 75% throttle, half throttle. There we go. No overshooting on my watch, Chris Williams. Brian M says he's mining in Elite. Jolly good. I've not really tried mining. I've got my own playthrough, my own proper playthrough where I'm driving around in a Crate Mark II, but I'm exploring in that. I've been out in space for like 8 months, I think. I've not played it for a while though. Oh, there was also, if you remember the January patch for this that came out, kind of balked the frame rate. We'll find out when we do jump to a new system if there was a patch that came out a few days ago, a small patch, and I'm hoping that's actually fixed the frame rate on consoles, because the January update kind of balked the frame rate a bit, so we shall see. Loop of shame, says David Butch. That model, welcome Dave. How you doing, buddy? No loop of shame from me. Not yet, anyway. Give it time. I'll have a look at the chat in a second when I'm not trying to avoid the loop of shame. One moment. Disengageify. Yeah, welcome to the place you want to be. Welcome to Matucci Dock. Catch it as well if you have coin. Let's get some docking going on. Let's get some docking going on. Docking, time to dock. Landing pad 3. Excellent. We're going to be the right way around or the wrong way around? We're going to be the wrong way around. Of course we are. We're always facing the wrong way. The order of things. No, not the right at all. A little bit of yaw, a little bit of roll, and we'll see if we can swing this one round. Look at that. Like a glove. Can I fly or can I fly? Oh, hey, update for everybody. I didn't realise this, but Star Trek Picard is on Amazon Prime. The first episode's on there now. Go and watch it. Not right now, obviously later on. Go and watch it. I didn't realise. I went into Amazon to order something yesterday and I was like, oh wait, what? Picard's on here? Cool. Because Star Trek Discovery was on Netflix, and I don't have Netflix, so I had to find other ways to watch that until it did eventually come onto Amazon, but you got to pay for it. But yeah, I was like, oh, Picard's on there, yeah. So the first episode was on, I think last Friday. I think it's every Friday, and it's really good. It's a slow starter, I think, but there's a few lump in the throat. There's a few moments where you might find yourself in a slightly dusty room or somebody's chopping onions, perhaps. Yeah, it's very, very good. Right, a quick look at the chat, because I asked what I forgot what was it. What is it? Game and Grub. That's it. God, I've forgotten already. I shall have to join you and escort you to Dav's. It's harder to find it alone. You're more than welcome to, dude. Although I'm in solo play, aren't I? I'd have to go out into not solo play, and you won't be home by the time I've finished. Let's have a look. I've mostly been working on the Falcon, says Quano. I asked it already, says Nim. Did you? I do apologise, I didn't see. I've not been looking at the chat. So Brian is mining Elite. Edward Lemon is waiting for paint, so he's been lazy. Nothing wrong with that. Brian says dinner, super noodles. Super noodles are never wrong. Bill says game will be Elite Dangerous on PC. My chat just jumped. And Grub will be Haggis and Neeps. Oh, Neeps. Is it Neeps and Tatties as well? Oh, hey, nice bit of haggis there. Quanoman is gearing up for the Spider-Man PS4 downloadable. No interest in that. It's not my kind of game. I hear it's very good. I don't like Spider-Man. And I'm stuffing my mush hole with some of the Muller Corner yogurts. Oh, yes. Tell you what, handy tip, if you're making a stir-fry, get yourself some of the apricot or peach Muller yogurts, the corners, but put that in the stir-fry as well, the yogurt and the fruit bit. It sounds terrible, but trust me, when you're making the stir-fry, just add the yogurt and the fruit bit. Trust me on that. It's interesting. Brian M says it is fixed, but mining is nerfed from the patch. I know there was, like I say, issues from the update. I don't know if that's the patch that's now nerfed the mining, but I don't do mining, so. Belly don't know yet, says Edward, and the only game I have played lately is Elo Milo. Oh wow, that's going back to... was that when the Xbox One first came out? That's going back 5 or 6 years. I did play that for a while. It was quite adorable. Ilo Milo or Elo Milo. Elo Milo. Ilo Milo. That one. It's quite a good little puzzler. I was a big fan of Next Generation. Jean-Luc Picard is my favourite Starship captain, says Brian M. Yeah, Cisco's mine, but I'm biased because I like DS9. Jamie Bone says, grub traditional pastry and chips. Pasty and chips later on. Good girl. Later game, the new Call of Duty game on Xbox One. Yeah, I've been playing that recently, so... I'll say that again. You have been playing that recently. Because you've said you've been playing it every now and then. Phil Lewis confirms tatties as well as neeps. David Butcher, that model, his game is World of Tanks, dinner is whatever she of Hearts comes up with. Chronoman says, you don't like Spidey, but secretly leader of the Jar Jar cult. You spelt that word wrong. Trigger T. Right, that's what we're here for. We came to buy a doodad, didn't we? Need to buy a doodad device, dangly, dingle-dongle thing. Some refuelings. We'll get some... Oh, there we go, remote workshop. That's where I can do my blueprint stuff. I've got that blueprint, so if I want to work on my FSD... Because Farsi is fully updated now. She's 5-star engineer, so I don't have to worry about not upgrading her. So we will update the ship integrity a little smidge. So we need to do outfitting. Welcome to outfitting. We need 2 optional internal. So we have a space. I can get rid of... I don't need a cargo rack, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dump the cargo rack for now, because I don't need it right now. I don't think I need it. Let's just double check. Outfitting. I didn't want no, I didn't want outfitting. I wanted remote workshop. So... I need... I've got chemical processors. I've got... those. I need manganese. Okay, manganese I can pick up on planetary bodies, but I don't need cargo space for it, which is good. When you do like pick up materials and stuff off planets, it's just mats. You don't actually need cargo space, which is fantastic. Got chemical manipulators, wake exceptions. Okay, so I need manganese and arsenic, and I need eccentric hyperspace trajectories and the other things. But I want to get lots of them because there might be like 3 or 4 steps to some of these, so I need to get a whole mess of them. So let's get our wake scanner. So I do not need, for the moment, a bay of the cargoes. So we can... that's not what I want to press. That was not the right button at all. We can store that. The beauty of this is if I'm taking out modules here, when it comes to, if I suddenly later on decide I need a cargo module or whatever I'm about to dump, if I need a module, I can either just buy a new one because they're dirt cheap for this ship anyway, or I can transfer them from wherever I dump them, like this station, to wherever I am for a small fee. So I'm going to need a wake shift scanner. Wake shift scanners. Wake shift scanner. Wake shift. Where? I don't know where they would be, but they don't seem to be here. It said there were wake shift scanners here. Help. They won't be in there, though, will they? That's surface scanners. Where's my wake shift scanners? No, don't tell me they haven't got them now. The internet told me they had them. Repair modules, cargo racks, collection limpets, interdictors, limpets, fuel tanks, fuel scoops, flight assists. Don't need those. Well, this is just arse, isn't it? It said they were here and they're not. Well, that's not bloody good, is it? Oh, let me go back to that website. Hang on a minute. Let me check. Let me check. It said wake shift scanner, Matucci dock. Am I missing something here? Well, we could try Carson Hub then, because Carson Hub's again in the same system. Am I going to have to say rude words in a minute, do you think? Or am I missing something completely? Somebody do tell me if I'm missing something here. Maybe it's a 2 slot. Nope. 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 Okay. Well, let's just worry about that in a moment. I will need a vehicle, planetary vehicle doobie-doo. So, do I want to buy one or have one shipped? It's going to cost me... it's going to cost me 18,000 credits, or I can wait for 10 or 15 minutes to get one delivered. I'll just get one. I've got 57 million credits. And that's 5,000 for the Scarab, that's fine. I could get my existing one shipped, but there's no point. For the sake of like 25,000 credits out of 57 million, it's not a hardship. Right, so that was a bit of a blow. So what I'll have to do is I need to go to Carson Hub, which is Carson Hub is there. Make that our location of targeting. Is there anything I can take to Carson Hub while I'm here? Probably not. I'll make a little bit of money while I'm doing it. Fox, number one rule, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Well, the EDDB website is usually spot on accurate. Because it's updated like every few minutes or something. It's usually fairly accurate. But it could just be that stock literally went out of stock within 5 minutes of me knowing I needed to go there. I don't know why I'm doing this because I can't see for certain stations. That's not bother. Let's just get to Carson Dock. Okay, we can always come back. Anyway. Not the end of the world, dear boy. See what Carson Dock says then. But it can vary. That EDDB, it basically takes the information from the Elite Dangerous database. That's why it's called EDDB. But it's like updated not instantly, so there may be a lag between what's actually available and what isn't available. So it's probably just that it was available there, but by the time I got there it wouldn't. No, there's not much you can do about that. There is unfortunately no in-game tool that will allow you to do that kind of search, so you have to rely on third-party tools, which is a bit pants for the game really, but hey.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Engage. Carson Hub. Let's go to Carson Hub. Nim says, ugh, I'm half blind, turned off my desk lamps because I'm not going to get any more work done, and now everything is so dark with just the ceiling light, lol. Cool. Aren't they external hardpoints, says Phil Lewis. Ah. That might be that. I might have just left the space station that had them for sale in that case. Never mind. He's not going to notice you all screaming hardpoint at your screens. Oh well. Fits to hardpoint. Oh well, we'll go to Carson Hub now anyway. Never mind. I knew it was me being special. In that case, we'll pick up one at Carson Hub. Hey, it wouldn't be me if I didn't do something like a doofus, would it? I forgot to think about hard points. Yeah. Oh well, never mind. David Butch, that model says, talking of Jar Jar, don't forget the tip jar to kick that strange person from across the pond off his spot. Yes, if you don't know what that is, you all know what it is, but at the top left of the screen you can see George Gabriel is the current stream boss with his red and yellow and green health bar. If you want to have a chance to win coming up to 500 quid it might be, then you need to get putting tips through the tip jar. The address is at the bottom left, streamlabs.com/model making guru. Basically, I don't make any money off the tip jar. Every time you put a tip through, it sits in the tip jar, and the more you put through, the more of George's health it takes off him, and that money just sits there in the tip jar until one of you gets his health down to 0. Whoever does that killing blow gets him to 0, then basically wins all the money in the tip jar. When George became stream boss, he won 498 quid or something like that, 480 quid to spend at either Games Workshop or Forge World, or if you're in the EU or the UK, Goblin Gaming. Forge World and Games Workshop, because whatever country you are in, I can order it from that country to that country, so it won't cost you anything in shipping or import tax. It can be delivered to your nearest store to save even more. And Goblin Gaming if you're in the EU or UK, because although you'll pay shipping and import duties, you'll have 20% off RRP for Games Workshop, Malifaux and Conflict 47 items, so you're making big savings there anyway. So yeah, give it a go. All you need to do is put a tip through the tip jar. It can be anything. You can go anything from a dollar to £1 million if you want. It's entirely up to you. But the trick is you'll all do it as a community. You'll all build up the funds. But the trick is to put in as little as possible and get as much out if you win. There's no point in putting 500 quid in and winning 500 quid, because then you're just spending your own money. That's the stream. That's the tip jar. Again, I don't make any money off that. It's you just building up a community pot for yourselves. I think at the moment it's about 15. It's only a little tiny bit in there, so it's only about 15 or 20 quid I think in the tip jar so far. We've only had a few tips go through, little ones. When Fox took off, 22 people just slapped their foreheads. Yeah, I always forget about hard points. I forgot. Because you see like the planetary scanners and a system that's like, I forgot the probably hard point. I totally forgot about that. What can I say apart from Specied? Oh well, why am I not full speed either? That's kind of annoying. 7. Dropping speed, sir. Oh well. At least I'm not just sitting in a space station for 2 hours. George has been cheating and putting money in to boost his health, the cad. It is possible. With the stream boss, if you're the stream boss, you can still put money in the tip jar, and if you do, it actually gives you health back. So, but it's not such a bad thing, because imagine George gets down to say 500 health and there's like 450 quid in the pot, and then George suddenly puts 450 quid in the pot and gives himself full health again. That means whoever gets the stream boss will be winning 450 quid in the pot, plus George's 450 quid, plus another... So you see what I mean? Don't take those as actual numbers, by the way. They're just made up numbers out the top of my head, but... You know, the stream boss can get his own health back. But it just means that when somebody wins, they win more money. Let's get some docking going on. Whole lot of docking going on. It's up at the top jobs, isn't it? That is my docking port. Docking port 2. Landing pad. I never face the right way when it's these external docking landing pads. Like this one, I'm always facing the wrong damn way. There we go. Cash in number 2, please.
Landing gear deployed.
Do. Well, I'll talk you to... If anything, we've had a bit of an adventure. We've come to another space station. There we go. Nice angle there. Nicely done, Fox. Good landing, dear boy. I changed the torque on my HOTAS a little bit, the tightness. It's made my cornering and pitching and yawing quite nice. down a little bit. Not quite in the centre. I like to be in the centre, but not always. Not always possible. There we go. There we go. Let's go inside. It's cold out here. Wake scanner is under utility. Oh, I forgot. I couldn't remember. It's because the engineer bit threw me because I couldn't remember any of that. It's kind of frustrating though that there's a lot of stuff not explained in the game. Like it doesn't say that to get those things you need for the engineer, you have to get a wake scanner. It doesn't tell you that. Because some things you can pick up. Because I haven't got a wake scanner, but all the scans I've got so far of various like ships and things have all been non-wake scanned things. So some of them are and some of them aren't. And knowing my luck, I won't even need a wake scanner. You just watch. We won't need it. Right. We have an empty mount. Where ba-do-boo-boo, wake scanner, ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. There we go. Fantastimological. Wow, look how much. If you look at the deployed, look at the graph at the bottom, the little two bars, retracted and deployed. Retracted is how much energy my ship uses with everything deployed. Retracted. Deployed is when all the equipment is deployed. So right now, if I get the E grade for wake shift scanner, the cheap one, you can see it's going to take me from 6.31 to 6.51 megawatts. If I get the C grade, it'll use an extra that is like to 7.11 megawatts. If I get the A grade one, yes, it's giving me like it needs 3 megawatts of power. Now that's fine because I don't care. Range, angle, scan time, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, that's all the same. So the only real difference is the range. I'm only going to use this like occasionally, and I'm going to be sticking within systems. Also, if you noticed how my jump range has massively dropped. That's probably because I added the vehicle bay. My range has dropped from 20 light years. You see at the bottom in red. My range has dropped from 20 odd light years to 16.86 because I've got the vehicle hanger. But I'll need that to pick up some materials. So, right. So we'll go for the most powerful one because may as well. Still do that. I won't need to use it very often. But it's now fittitated. Oh yeah. I've got to set a fire group up. Let's have a look. So we have heatsink launcher. Discovery scanner. We'll have it. Put it in there. We'll put it in one. That'll do. That'll do. I think that'll be fine. There we go. For some reason I turned flight assist off and I can't turn it on again now. That's probably not good. I don't even know how I turned flight assist off there, as I can't turn it back on again.
Flight assist on.
Never mind. Right, so we've got our wake shift scanner. Let's go scan some wakes and that, shall we? Doodle-doo-doo. Today's brought to you by hanging around the nav beacon and scanning people's back ends. The wake scanner is under utility. While they're not cheap, while you're only using it at nav beacons, but you can use it at space docks as well. Yeah, you can use it anywhere, I suppose. Anybody where there's people jumping in and out of frame shift. Super cruise. Wake scanner, there we are. Now, I doubt I'll find any wakes here, but you never know. Worth a go, isn't it? Well, I can't get my weapons out. Or can I? Oh yeah, they've not shouted at me. Don't know where. Let's see what we've got. There's nothing here anyway. Let's get to the nav beacon. Navigazione. That is a nav beacon. There it is. Navulatory beaconage. It's a billion trillion miles away. Never mind.
Frameshift drive charging.
Bitty. Yes, you can use it at space docks, as Aaron says. It's just there weren't any frames, any wakes there to play with, unfortunately. So, nav beacon, it just takes a while, that's all. It's kind of tedious. Oh, I'm too close to the space station, that's why I'm taking forever to charge up. Ugh. Anytime today. Anytime today. Well, that took forever.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going to check something in a minute because that took far too long to go out into frameshift drive. To Super Cruise. I've souped up my frameshift drive now. I don't know, it just seems to be kind of slower. Let's do an experiment. Let's come out of first Super Cruise. I've got all my pips into engines. Come out of Super Cruise. Right. Now cooldown was kind of instantaneous. Oh no, let's see how fast it cools down. 3, 4. That's not bad. 4 seconds. Go back into frame shift. There we go. It was just it was the space station that was gravitationally slowing me down. Right, let's get to this nav beacon. Yeah. I remember on my last playthrough, this was the tedious bit for Felicity Farsi, was scanning all the wakes, because you get a billion just generic ones, but the ones she actually wants are really hard to actually find. And whenever I go to a nav beacon, there's like 2 people there, and then they go, and that's it. So how have you all been? How is everybody? What's been happening in your week? I think this girl is going to head off to bed. Happy star hopping, says Nim. Thanks for coming in, Nim. Sleep well. No, Dave, there will not be a tip for Jar Jar image. Thank you very much. There will never be knowing Jar Jar content on my streams. Not ever. Not ever. I do still have a little Lego minifig of Jar Jar that I need to put through a fiery death at some point on screen. Yes. Yeah, so what have you been up to? What have you guys been up to? And don't forget, of course, because there's not a lot to talk about while we're doing this, while I'm doing this, do pop up some conversation ideas. Scans while I'm here. Pop up some conversation ideas. Ask me questions about anything. Ask me anything. Consider it and ask me anything. I've lost the nav beacon now. Scan that. Ask me questions about anything. Let's talk about sciencey things and all kinds of good stuff. Because that's always fun to talk about. Guel de Costa. Scan your ship. I'm quite chuffed I got the 3 achievements, because I didn't think I'd get 3 achievements for this week's Microsoft reward points. If you're not familiar with what they are, if you do have an Xbox, or even if you don't, if you have an Xbox, it's kind of handy. you can get Microsoft reward points, which is just points you get for doing stuff. I like the look of that ship. Viper Mark IV. You just points that you get for doing stuff, and it's things like doing searches on Bing and checking out a video on Mixer and stuff. But it literally is click on it, let it load, go back from it. And basically you get points for doing it every day, and you get bonuses for like streaks of so many days. And the idea is that they have different things available. Like for 6,000 reward points, you can get a month of Xbox Live free. Or for 12,000 reward points, you get a month of Game Pass Ultimate. Now I don't do Game Pass because I can barely afford Xbox Live. So, but if I can, for the sake of doing like 20 Bing searches every day and clicking on a couple of things, I can afford to get Game Pass Ultimate free every month. I'll quite happily do that. And I've forgotten all about the Microsoft points, and it is kind of confusing. So, if you're on Xbox, go to the store and go to apps and look up the Microsoft Rewards app. Just download it, and it's dead straightforward. You can. It'll give you a few things to do in there. It doesn't cost you anything. It'll give you a few things to do in there to get some points. And then when you're back on your desktop computer, what you need to do is, let's do some scans. What you need to do then, I need to get my thing out, don't I? What you need to do then is, on Bing it'll give you a thing to look at. You can do some Bing searches. It literally is just doing a few Bing searches every now and then. Nothing complicated at all. We've got any wakes here at all? Let's just do some scans. While I'm waiting for wakes. Got him. Got that one. Got him. Come on, give them lovely juicy wakes. No. Shield of Justice. I've noticed the ship is a bit more zippy turning round with the thruster modifications I put on it. I think. But this is my life now. Until I get all these scans. This is my life. I don't know what I'm aiming at now. What am I aiming at? I need to unselect the live beacon because that's annoying. Let's unselect that. There we go. I need to scan him. Yeah, so go and check it out. If you're on Xbox, like I said, go and get the Microsoft Rewards app. Failing that, like I say, then you just go to my Bing. If you use Edge, you can also, basically what I'll do is each day I will go in and do X amount of searches in Chrome using Microsoft Bing rather than using Google, and just search for anything. You don't have to do it. It takes you like 5 minutes. Then I load up Internet Explorer, which I don't otherwise use, and I do like five or six little searches on there. Again, takes me like literally a minute. There's a few things you can click on within the thing in itself. Oh, there we go. High energy FSD wake. They're always marked a long way away though. They're always like a billion to trillion kilometers away, which is kind of annoying. By the time you get there, they disappear. I've only got a little boost ability. Don't fade away on me. Don't fade away. This is my life now. I have to scan lots of these. How long is this going to last? I don't know. They fade away after a while, and then you're just kind of knackered. I don't know how close I need to be. It's like 4 kilometers or something. Is my range. That's why I got the high. The reason I went for the most expensive one with the longest range is I can scan it closer by. I don't have to be really close to it. And they do click off, disappear after a while. There we go. Scan that little puppy. Scanning now, sir. Atypical disrupted wake echoes. That's nice, but I don't think that's one of the ones I needed. But never mind, we'll crack on. There's another one. Yes. This is why it was worth going for the... Oh, there's some combat going on. I might be able to make some money with some combat. I haven't got any weapons. Oh, I forgot about that. I should have popped in a couple of cheap, crappy laser weapons, shouldn't I? So that I could drop into the end of combat, make some cheap money. Scanning now, sir. Eccentric hyperspray, so I need one of them, that's good. I don't know how many of these we'll all need, but I'm probably going to have to get quite a few of them. I don't know which ones I've scanned now. Oh! I don't know which ones I have and haven't scanned. Whoop, that went wrong. Hang on. Can't even see that one, there it is. 30 kilometres away, I'm not even getting near that one. I don't know if I've done this one, but it'll take me forever to get there. Well, I might as well. I like the fact there was some kind of crime was committed. The police said everybody will now get scanned, and like every ship just vanished because there's now nobody here apart from me in the search and rescue. Yeah. Like the police saying, "Nobody move! There's been a crime," and everybody just runs. I don't think this wake will last long enough for me to... There, it's gone. There you go. Sometimes wakes are just too damn far away. So let's see, we've got nobody else. There's one. What's that one? $14 kilometres, we'll be having that. Thank you very much. I know I think I've got the one I need, but I don't want to get just one because it might be there's like 6 upgrade steps and I need 6 of them. I don't have to do all this again. So I'll just collect a load of them. Welcome to the next, I don't know, hour and a half. This is why we kind of need something to talk about. And I've already forgotten what I was talking about anyway, so. There we go, scan that little puppy. Scantastic. Scanning wakes made to make your mouth water or something. What have we got around here? Oh, lots of things. Oh, there. Done that one. Done that one. It's got a name on it. I don't know if it's means I've scanned it or not. Seems like something is missing if Fox doesn't do the pornographical probing voice at least once. I'm not probing though, am I? I'm scanning. Scanning is more of a kind of 1980s synthwave music than pornographic voice, probe voice. There is no probing. Probing not required. Strange wake solutions. High wake shield of justice. That'll do.
Flight assist off.
Oh, that went wrong.
Flight assist on.
There is the shield of justice. 5 kilometres, we have him. Why, thank you very much. I have to go over this big coronal ejection here. Ooh, matron, look at the size of that ejection. It's of the most significant size, I think you'll find. There we go. Data mined wake exceptions. What else have we got? Wake for GWAL.
Flight assist off.
Nope.
Flight assist on.
There we go. 8.x whatever kilometers. I can't remember which ones I needed now, so. Do not attempt to flee. Somehow I'm scanning the wake without actually selecting the wake, which is kind of interesting. That didn't work then, did it? Let's try this one again. Just... Nothing. It gave me nothing. Screw everybody then. Screw those guys. I'm going home.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist on.
I might not make this one because it's... No, I might make it. I can see when I'm outmatched. Yeah, somebody's been shooting at dudes and is trying to scalper. Sometimes what you can do if you want to, a quick way to make money is basically just, if you've got in a low powered ship like this that can't really do much in terms of combat, stick some weapons on it anyway. Wait till the Federales are attacking a pirate. If a pirate starts a fight, the police start to attack him. Wait till everybody dives onto him and starts to attack him. Wait till his shields are down and his health's down to like 20 or 30, and then just do a couple of shots from your weak source of lasers. And then when he gets destroyed by everybody else's shooting, you'll get credit for it. Which is awesome. So if you do have a little feeble thing like me, not the end of the world. How far away is this going to be? That's not that bad. Yeah, it's a good way to just make a little bit of money. So because you can just, you look at somebody who's wanted and you can try and take them on and fight them and shoot them, and you'll do a lot of work for your credits. But if you just let everybody else do the work and just drop in a couple of shots at the end so it recognises you're involved, and you'll get the credits at the end of it. Bonus. It's a bit like joining in a fight right at the end and just doing one punch that is the bit that knocks the bad guy out. Oh, you gimbaloid. Oh, that was most annoying.
Flight assist on.
Where's that going? There it is. I've lost it. There it is. I've done that one. We can get to this one before it vanishes. Well, at least when I tell people about my Saturday, I can tell them I watched Fox play with his Squishywidge and got an eyeful of his backside. He didn't get an eyeful of my backside. Don't you dare fade out. I can see it twitching. It's going to go in a minute. Don't you go anywhere. Don't you go anywhere. You stay right there, young man. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Don't you fade out. Oh, it's one I already had. God damn it. What's this one then? Again, it better not be one I've already got.
Flight assist off. Flight assist.
What's this one? Wait!
Flight assist on.
That's a bit funky. This one's a bit far away. I've only got a couple of boosts because I've not got the most powerful engine in the world, so if it's too far away, I should really go for ones that aren't quite so far away, should I? Like this one, perhaps. Which is there. Okay. Still 20 kilometres. Kilometre. Oh, well, never mind. Taking too many hits. Nice. Bad guy. Loop of shame, says Dave. Nah, I can't do a loop of shame. I've not got anything to get towards. I'm not aiming towards a planet. This is going to pop out before I get a chance to scanulate it, isn't it? That's how to having tiny little engines. Even though all the pips in power in engines, taking me too long to get to some of these. Come on, come on, come on, stay there, you don't go anywhere. There, we can scan it now. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there. Don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. Atypical disrupted wake echoes. What's this one? It's just vanished. Fantastic. It's like when you're trying to farm for mats. You try and farm for mats, they have a countdown on them so you can see how long them before they degrade away and you can't scoop them up. This one's like in the middle of the sun, that's not great. But when you're doing these wakes, they don't have a countdown on them, you can't see how long it's going to be there for. Got to take your chances. Doesn't help this one's in the middle of the damn sun. For some reason it's taking forever to get to it as well. All the excitement, hey folks. All the excitement in the world. Scan it, scan it, scan it, don't go anywhere. You guys might even not be able to see this because you're watching it as a stream, you can't see all the bits, but there we go. I'm basically flying towards the sun, looking for a white thing that's hidden by the sun, and looking at my little indicator thing that's also masked by the sun. A bit nearer, will do. 16:31 is the time. Yes. I mean, the least exciting stream ever. Really dangerous, this. But honesty in journalism. Not that this is journalism. Yeah. If this is what I spend 3 hours doing, then this is what I spend 3 hours doing. This is how the game works. If you were going to play Elite Dangerous yourself, you too would have to do all these shenanigans to just grind. If you know your MMOs, you know this is how it works. Again, I keep unselecting the thing instead of going into what's it? There it is. I've not eaten yet. That's an image I don't want, says David Butcher, that model. What, you mean that? There's my butt. Glory at the sight of my butt. It's pink and orange. It's beautiful butt. What? I don't understand what you're complaining about. My butt! Look at my little flaps going up and down when I do a boost. Let's watch that again. Ready? Hang on. Watch my little flaps. As you look at my butt, look at my flaps. Oh yeah, that's nice, I like that. I've lost my weight now, she's made me lose my weight, it's gone. I don't mind. You got to look at my butt. Why have I put my landing gear down? What? I'm pressing all the wrong damn buttons now. I'm very wrong in the state of Denmark. I don't know where the... There it is. 33 kilometres, I'll never make it. I'll never make it. There's not even any point trying to get that one. All the wakes are like a long way away. That one's going to be even further away.
Flight assist off.
Come on, that'll do. That'll do quite nicely. American Express. They are good butt flaps, says Dave. Yes, my butt flaps are the best. Yeah. Nobody gets anywhere close to my butt flaps. Wait, I'll rephrase that. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Where did it all go wrong? My squishy, but you see, I can see when I'm outmatched. He's seen my butt flaps. He knows he's outmatched. He's just going, you know what, I'm out. I can't compete with that. Never let it be said that the Squishywidge may be small and compact, but it doesn't have a cute butt. Right, let's get this one.
Flight assist off. Flight assist off.
31 kilometres. No, forget it. What's that one? a bit more doable. 15 kilometers. Let's make off the tea. Numma. Yes, so let's have a talk about science. Got to go now. Our food is ready, says Jamie. Thank you very much for coming in, Jamie. I appreciate these streams are probably very boring. Not like anything else, so thank you very much for coming in. I do appreciate all of you coming in to join me on these silly little adventure times. Especially when I'm just scanning wakes. Oh, there's some combat there, but my wake disappeared, which is annoying. There is some kind of combat. Have I actually got any weapons? I can't remember now. I think I've got rid of them. I haven't got any weapons. I can't get involved in that. I can go and watch though. It's finished now. Well, there you go. Combat! The shooting occurring. What's occurring? This guy... That guy there is wanted, so he's clearly a bad guy. The guy he's shooting at is... not wanted, so it's basically that guy, not that guy, the one that said wanted. He's attacking a ship. This guy is attacking something, but he's in like a vulture, which is not that great. This guy here with the triangles on him, he's attacked something and everybody else is diving on him. Yeah, you picked the wrong day. You chose the wrong day to start a fight. So this is where I would now dive in a little bit in a minute. Where's he gone? Where's the bad guy gone? There he is. So you can see the red circles around his ship and his shields are off. Look at the number in the bottom where it says 8180. That's his health. So what you would do if you're in a little peedly little ship like mine is you'd watch him like this. Carefully. And you watch till his shields are off and his health is really low. Then just plop a few shots in. Everybody's diving on him now. See if we can. Everybody's on his ass. The moment he starts shooting people dive on him. His health's down to 0. There, he's gone. So if I'd got a few laser shots in just before the end, we could have had a bit of that. You know what we're going to do? You know what we should do? I think I should get some shitty little lasers. Like, that's what we're going to do actually. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do it. Let's go and get some lasers and just do a little bit of that combat. Just going to get out of here first because everybody's shooting everybody else in a minute. I don't want nobody shooting me. We'll go into our way. Go and find the nearest space station. Nearest space station is... Ray terminal. Let's go there. Double check they've got weaponage. They have outfitting. Yep. We'll get ourselves nothing special, just a couple of really crappy lasers. A couple of really fancy lasers. Just enough that I can join in the little fights and just do a bit. Now this is very risky because if I get shot at, my shields are made of, this entire ship is made of cardboard and regret. So if I get shot at, I'm just toast, instantly toast. Now it doesn't really matter too much right now because my ship is worth about 45 pence. My rebuy is 94,000 credits, and I've got 56 million credits. Oh, loop of shame, there you go, fantastic, I wasn't paying attention. You know whose fault that is? It's Dave's fault, because it was Dave's fault. So if I did get blown, it wouldn't really matter, because I still keep all my materials, I think. I think I'd keep all my mats. I'm not got any cargo that I would. I think you keep materials. Dave's going, yeah, loop of shame. I don't think you lose materials, or you might do. I don't think you do. Can't remember. Well, we'll find out. So what I need to make sure I do is not... Is this on a planet, or is this floaty? No, it's floaty. Is make sure that I don't accidentally... Where's the entrance to this, before we actually decide to go in here? Where's the... actual entrance. Spinning. May look like I'm having a fit here, and I kind of am. I need to figure out where the entrance is. I'm not going round and round in dumbass circles. There it is. So I want to find that entrance there. Is behind me. This is going to be a fiddly one, isn't it? There. So yeah, what I need to do is make sure that I only ever have targeted the bad guy. I also need to make sure the bad guy is not in a wing of like 3 ships, because that would be also sadness. So the worst thing I can do is take on 1 ship, think I'm doing alright, and realise he's got 2 mates. Yeah, that wouldn't be awesome. That would also be sadness. I need to make sure it's just 1 guy or girl, 1 dude, and I can't go underneath, aren't I? Make sure it's just 1 person. He's not in a wing. The entrance. We'll see what happens. So yeah, as long as I make sure it's a person that's on their own, and I don't actually do any shooty until like the very end when they've got almost no health left, just quick enough that I can get some credits out of it. Because if it's just 1 person not in a wing, then nobody else will be shooting at me, and I've got to make sure I don't accidentally shoot somebody else, because that would also be bad. That would just be instant death. I can't do fighting, but I can do cheap ass bounty hunting. Yeah, I can do that. Part number 29. Dave says, need a brew. Got 50 points of army paint to thin down with 100. I'll read that in a minute when I'm not trying to land, actually. Let's get some cheap ass weapons. Because I'm going to dump them as soon as I finish doing this. I'm not going to keep them. We shall, but the temptation's there.
Landing successful. Ship is locked down.
Advanced maintenance is a bit of that. And what you might find is I might not be able to run the weapons and some other things at the set. I might not have enough power to run everything. I might have to like turn the wake scanner off while I'm using the weapons, because you might get some power loss there. Yes, Dave says, Paul Dismas says pew pew bang bang. Gross says you're probably fine hitting him anytime, like just flying into him. You probably won't register as a threat. There is that. Need a brew. Have 50 pots of army paint to thin down with 100 stirring bowls and 50-50 mix of matte, medium and distilled water. Why? Just make a wet palette. It's a lot easier than having to do that. Why have you got to thin down 50 pots of army paint to paint? Why not just use a wet palette? And then you never find that the paint's too thin. Unless you're spraying them, of course. Right, that's what we're doing. Utility map, hard points. Now we can afford to get some fantabulous lasers. And if I get fantabulous lasers, I can never remember which is which. Now if I get some fantabulous lasers, I can have basically that or that. I want gimbaled. So my choice is 1E or 1E. I don't need to do a lot of damage. If I go for just lasers, it means that I'm not having to thought about buying ammunition then. I could get myself a a cannon or a weapon as well, like a railgun or something, but I'd have to refuel it and restock it and pay for weapons. Well, pay for ammo, so there's no point doing that. Okay, see there it says power management active when hard point or power management required. It means you see at the bottom down there, because of my current setup with that wake shift scanner, it means right now I don't know what the noise was. I need to set my modules, my fire groups. So we want beam laser, which can be there. Can I have them both fired at the same time? That'd be cool. Yeah, if you look at my modules, see at the bottom where it says usage, right in red, usage 100%, because that wake shift scanner I got is a massive power suck. So if I turn that off, I can find it. Oh, it's a utility, isn't it? I can turn that off. Got the vehicle hanger. I was kind of hoping you could turn the wake shift scanner off, but you can't. Okay, that's a pain. Oh no, it's there. Frame shift wake scanner, turn that off. Bam, my usage is now down to 73%. So what I'll do is I'll turn that back on again. I'll put the beam lasers off. This is the kind of power, with this little tiny ship, with only a limited amount of power available to me, this is the kind of thing I'm going to have to do every now and then when I've got various modules. So I need to do some wake scans, but I want to have some fun shooting, so I'm going to wangle them all a little bit here. So let's go and get ourselves back to the nav beacon. Nav beacon across the universe. There we are. Okay, there it is. Get her sent back to nav beacon. Aye. Why not? Too thick, but the bottle, and I'm not Chris. I always use a wet palette. I'm a good boys, but that's why you use the wet palette. You don't need to dilute the paints. I would have thought. That's very weird. I never pre-dilute unless I'm airbrushing them. I never pre-dilute paints. That's what the wet palette's for. So you can funk around with them and make sure it's spot on. Hey, if it works for you, it works for you. I just rather wouldn't spend all day thinning paints when I can do it as needed. Because let's be honest, GW paints are as thick as anything. And the nav beacon's behind this big fat planet. I'm going to have to unselect it. So I can go into FSD.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Although I'll give you points there, Dave, because you did say, I'm not Chris, I always use a wet palette, I'm a good boy. Yes, good girl. Also, hopefully you're not like Chris, you don't paint over your wet palette. Oh, yeah. Bless him. Army painter are strange beasts. Good paints, but you need to work them to get them to flow nice out of the bottle, especially white. I find them to be a little bit too transparent for me sometimes, but then maybe it's just the colours I've used. I've kind of got used to some Vallejo paints, but I do prefer the way Games Workshop paints handle. I just work better for me. I like Vallejo paints, don't get me wrong. I don't know, I just seem to have an easier time with GW paints. Scan, why not? Anyway, let's have a talk about stuff. So what else have you been up to, peeps? What else has been going on in the world for you guys? Talk to me, tell me about your adventures. I can't find the nav beacon again. Tell me about your adventures, what you've been doing. Or give me something to talk about anyway. I don't know what happened for dinner tonight. I will have to finish a little early today because I do have a delivery arriving sometime between 6 and 9, so I need to finish a little bit before 6. just to make sure I'm around. I've got me set. I ordered myself a mount for my Blue Yeti microphone. As you know, it comes with a stand, which is fine. It's brilliant. You know, I put it in front of me for when I'm doing Warhammer Sundays or E-Models Mondays. I just put it in front of me on the stand, and it works fine. But I found with this stream, I can't have it right in front of me. I use the cardioid microphone, which is ideal if you're right in front of it, or you know, it's facing your face, because the way the Yeti works is the microphone's on the sides, not on the top. But when I'm doing this stream, the way I have to sit, the microphone is off to my left-hand side a bit on my desk, whereas my HOTUS and everything else is on a small table next to it. So the microphone is not facing me, and it sounds different. If you listen to this stream compared to, say, Monday stream, or when I'm doing Warhammer Sundays is best, if you compare this stream to Warhammer Sundays, it's totally different. It sounds thinner and echoier. So I've ordered myself a microphone mount, which hopefully means I might be able to then have the microphone on a big dangly arm thing that will then maybe make it a bit easier. There's a Shield of Justice again. And get me a slightly less echoey sound. We'll see. I mean, if not, there's other ways I can use it. It only costs me like 13 quid, so it's not the end of the world. What have we got? Let's do some wake scanning before we start doing some fighting. Have we got any wake scans? Not yet. Cobra Mark III. One of the best ships in the game. He's wanted, but he's not doing anything bad at the moment, so we'll leave him off. That scan, need to unselect the nav beacon. Just do some quick ship scans first, until we've got some nav beacons to actually scan. Because if you remember, these ship scans are also they're not giving me like the wake scans that I need for my FSD upgrades, but they are giving me other datas, or other data. Right, there's no such thing as datas. Now there's a scan, there's a wake. Be awake, so I can scan. Should be, or is he just coming? Oh, he's just come in. Oh, well, never mind. Where's that phantom? Where's that crate phantom? It's gone. Somewhere. There it is.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
So I've got no wakes to scan yet. And there's no shootifying going on. So we shall see. I think Shield of Justice is a group rather than an individual person.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
I scanned all then. Diamondback Explorer. Somewhere down there. Yes. I'm guessing Shield of Justice must be a group. Not the name of a ship.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Ooh, what's that? Oh, that. So yes, when I'm scanning them like this, just scanning the ships, I'm getting information on that I can use, that engineers can use for other stuff. When I was doing my upgrades and stuff, you'll see it did use some of the data that I'm picking up now. Sometimes it gives you nothing. So it's worth. I'll always spend time if I'm at a nav beacon doing this kind of thing. I've got an itch in my nose. I've got an itch inside my nose. How does that even work? It's not even normal. Have we got any wakes yet? There we go. Finally. Let's get to this thing now. The little lasers pop out then. How cool is that? It's awesome, isn't it? Keep your eyes open, peeps, for anybody in the top left saying, "Why is this happening?" or "I'm out of here," or "Oh, you're mine," or anything like that that suggests shooting us. Gaz Vickers is in. Evening, Foxy McFoxface. Evening, Gaz. Fox, science fact was given and not read, said Edward Leonard. Oh, was it? Oh, darn it. Let's just scan this wake. I shall have a look for it, Edward. I do apologise. It's hard for me to... It's easy for me to miss chat when I'm trying not to overshoot things. On December 25th, 2018, Nancy Roman, American NASA's first chief of astronomy, mother of the Hubble, dies at 93. Colin's not here. Mother of the Hubble. It is amazing how many women have achieved great things in the sciences, and yet they don't always get the credit they deserve sometimes, for obvious reasons, which I think is wrong. Not as much nowadays, but going back into history over the last 100 years, it's quite shocking, really. How many people just got snubbed and ignored and never credited for their work? Women and people of colour over the last 100 years. It's quite disturbing. It still happens today, just not as much. Let's scan this pup here. Don't go anywhere. Stay there. Stay there. We've got no combat going on yet. Boring, isn't it? Go. What else we got going on? High wake. Gone in on. I think I've done that one, and I've not done that one. Now I think it was all high wakes that I needed to scan, not just normal wakes. 27 kilometres. I'm never going to make that. 27 kilometres. Forget it. Forget it. High wake ship justice.
Flight assist off.
If you're wondering why it keeps saying flight assist on and flight assist off, the way this game works is in real space, if I thrust forward, if I like press my boosters and go forward, in reality, of course, I will just continue going forever. Oh, right, we've got some kind of combat going on, so I need to get to that as soon as possible. The way the game works normally is that when you hit your boost button, you'll slow down because the ship counteracts it. If I turn to the left, the ship thrusts to the right to stop the turn. You turn flight assist off, it stops doing that, and it's more realistic. Right, where's that combat? I heard somebody saying you need help, but I don't know what it was. There. Get to lasers. Who's the bad guy? Who's the bad guy? I'm going to be too far away. He's going to be finished by the time I get there. Diese ist nicht richtig. Oh, I'm not even activating my... Oh, I'm not prepared for this, am I? I got a bit excited. I'm going to crash into a ship now. Probably finished by now. They're all gone now. Everybody's died and flown away, and it's all just gone home. Well, that was embarrassing. I may as well scan that. I've got too many options, I've got too many things. It takes a million button presses to change to my weapons and change to combat mode and put power to weapons. There's far too many things going on. Makes it interesting though. Come on, I need to scan this wake. I've got no idea what I was talking about now. Dude, oh, it's got. Oh, do you know? A man could get very annoyed. And I've just unselected that. Yeah, so anyway, when you turn flight assist off, it puts in like real zero gravity movement. So if I turn left, I'll just keep going left all the time. if I boost forward, I'll move forward, but then if I pull back on the stick, I'll pitch and roll whilst still moving forward. Now it does give you a lot of options. Why? Why am I not scanning this? What is going on here? I don't understand now. Oh, do you know?
Exceeded. Shields offline.
It turned all me. Oh, it turned all my stuff off because I didn't. Oh, let's turn the cargo hatch off. Don't need that. Let's turn off fuel scoop because I don't need that right now. We shall turn off heatsink launchers because I probably won't need those. Need sensors. Let's have, what can I have on if I have everything on at the same time? So I can have lasers and not gonna have it, am I? 87. No, it's not gonna work. I've got to turn the wake scanner off to have lasers going. Okay, well we can do this. I can do this. It's not a hard game, this,
Flight assist.
but it's not necessarily the easiest of logicalist of games either.
Flight assist.
28 kilometers, not gonna happen. There's this one. There, that's a bit better. Do. Problem is, of course, it was telling me that the wake scanner was offline, but it was hard to see the text because there was a big ass laser behind it. Come on, come on! I hope I've got the things to scan. Nearly. Stay on target. Stay on target. There we go. Scanning now, sir. Where are you, little life forms? Where are you? Yes. Energy FSD wake, that'll do. Where's that one? Over there.
Flight assist off.
But the reason I keep turning flight assist on and off when I'm just trying to line up on over there, I can't get that. When I'm trying to line up on something like that, is because
Flight assist off.
it allows me to flip the ship around facing them. So if I want to lock off, hello, something's happening now. We've got some kind of combat. I'm going to plan this properly now. Cargo hat. No, I don't want that. He's about to die because they're saying, "Avenge me!" Keep an eye open, see what's going on. There's no one here. There can't be any kind of combat going on because there's like no ships. Do you know? I guess somebody just blew up. Oh well. No, we didn't want to do that. Okay. Right. Try that again, shall we? That's long destabilised by now, that one. Let's find it. Let's find that one. What's that one? Anyway, yes, as I'm trying to explain, if I fly forward, it's too far away, and then I drop flight assist, I can spin the ship round on a dime while still moving forward. A lot faster than if I just let the ship have some control. So, you'll see me turn flight assist off and on. I'll turn it off to spin round and turn it on again to get control back. Because flying without flight assist is a living nightmare. But using it to flip 180 degrees really fast is awesome. So if you see me where I've got a lock onto something and it's behind me or to the side, I'll turn flight assist off very quickly just so I can spin round really fast. That's right in front of me, so I don't need to. Sort of 22 kilometres away, damn it. That one is 17, we might be able to get that one. If he's behind me, I'll give my ship a boost and I'll get to half throttle and I'll turn flight assist off and I'll pull back on the stick. And that hopefully gets me pivoted round a lot faster than if I just tried to do it normally. But bless it, this ship is not the best for getting somewhere fast with only a couple of small boosts. Despite a fantastic looking ass and nice ass flaps, it still takes forever to get anywhere. Wakes only last so long. There's a bit of a shortage of ships around here. Lots of wakes. Like for example, this one is behind me. Now you see on the scanner at the bottom it's behind me. So what I'll do is I'll go to that, I'll hit boost, flight assist off, and on again. Flight assist on again. And that means I can just, that 180 degree turn there where I can flip round the other way, it wouldn't have been that fast if I hadn't turned flight assist off. It's just the way it is basically. And that's the way it is. It's going to take too long to get there. High wake. What's that one? This one's behind me again, so I'll line it up in the middle. Bit boost. Flight assist off. Sometimes it goes off to the side because I'm a bit wonky. Then I'll put it back on. And there we go. Far too far away. That one's over there, so I can turn it around. 17. It's still a bit too far, but we'll give it a go. Unless I've got one closer, I don't think we might have. It's nearer. But it's glitchy, which means it's about to go away. Yeah, it does. I've not quite got the hang of it properly, but using that flight assist, unfortunately I've got the button in a really dumb place. But it's where I've got buttons available to me, so it does come in handy. So if you've got somebody, for example, if I had somebody behind me shooting at me, if you ever played this and you've got someone on your ass having a go at you, then one of the easiest ways to get rid of them is just carry on going in a straight line, but it's carry on going in a straight line, boost, flip flight assist off and pull back on the stick, and you'll do a complete 180 or 360, probably better. You do a complete 360, and before they know what's hit them, you'll be behind them shooting at them. Whereas a few seconds ago, they were behind you shooting at you. So it's the easiest way to lose someone they're on your ass, because you still move forward. You don't lose forward velocity, but you basically flip your ship round and do a loop while still moving forward. It's a brilliant way to just sort of get rid of somebody on your back. And it also means you can turn, pitch and roll faster as well a little bit. Oh, you spoon! Not having that. I'm not having that. Far too far away. It's also far too far away. Where's this little wee one? Oh, they're all too far away now. So yeah, you'll see me do it every now and then. It can get weird to try and understand it, because it doesn't always make sense. I've tried flying without it, without flight assist, and it really is a skill you have to learn, because I have got no idea. I cannot get you have to think logically and laterally. It's really weird. It is really weird. It makes no sense at all sometimes. Ram response flight deployed. That means there's something going on somewhere. Time to change things around. Do activate shooty mode and activate incompetence mode. Beam laser. Let's find the incompetent shooting mode. Where is it? I can see when I'm outmatched. I can't see any of it. There is this combat going on. I see no combat. I see no shooty. of these guys over here. No. Oh, I thought we were getting a bit of shooty then. Come on. Give me a freaking bone here. I've got my guns out ready. Guns out ready. Oh, there you go. Got a high wake from Squizzle. I wonder if I can do... Somehow I've managed to get everything out at the... Oh shit, no, don't want to do that. I don't quite know how I managed to get everything out at the same time there. Right, it's all gone wrong. I've pressed the wrong buttons. There we go. Somehow I've got lasers and weapons, scanner and weapons out at the same time. I don't quite know how. I'm on 94%. Might get away with this. Having everything at the same time makes life a lot easier. Them. If you hang around the security guys, sometimes they end up in fights with dudes. But we still need to scan wakes. Too far away. That's a navigation beacon, don't care. What's that? That's not scanned him before. It's not very exciting when I'm doing this, is it really? I have trouble remembering what to talk about. 20 kilometres? Yeah, I'm not going to make that. I'm not going to make that, I don't think. It's not going to happen. What about this one? Oh, too far away. This one. Right, that's a navigation beacon. Oh! Well, you know, select the navigation beacon. That would be great. Thank you very much. That's nearer. That's nearer. Right, see if this will stay there until I get there. I'll turn everything else off. I could turn my shields off. Probably regret it. Oh! Flumpitude. Have that one. This one might work. Don't fade away, don't fade away, don't fade away, don't fade away. Give me something, give me something, give me something. Scanning, scanning. Oh, you can tell it's getting near to tea time. We've only got 14 people watching now. It's dropped quite a bit. Oh, hey, it's not exactly exciting, this, is it? It's not exactly the most exciting thing in the world. There we go. Too far away. There. The one might be closer. Oh, combat, combat. Oh, yes. Some bit of this. Welcome to combat times. See if we can get anything out of this at all. If I can get there before everybody blows up. I think everybody blew up. Oh, no, 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 no. There. Wanted. He's not in. Firing. Firing all weapons, sir. Firing all weapons. Power to engines. Power to weapons. Okay, his shields are back up, so I'm going to get away from that. Oh, yes! Look at that. 10,000 credits. See, that's what you do, you see. You drop into combat at the tail end. So there's kind of no consequences for you, almost. If I go in too early, of course, he might start shooting back at me, and that's really bad news for me in a ship made of cardboard and regrets. And I'm not going to pick up his remains because I'll be stolen. Technically, and I'll get in trouble. Well, that's the balance, you see. You've got to balance it between... what do I want to do? Oh, I've got too many things. You've got to balance it between risk and reward. Yeah, we'll get a nice little bit of a scan on this, I think. Oh. Nice. Lovely. Yeah, it's not always worth taking the cargo that they drop,
Flight assist.
because it can appear as stolen, and then you get hassle when you go into a space station for carrying stuff you don't own, so I might not get this. It's a bit too far away. Are we still streaming, by the way, guys? I know chat's kind of stopped, but it could be just that chat stopped, but do let me know if streaming still works. I don't know if the stream's fallen over or not, so it could be that my internet fell over half an hour ago and I'm just witching away to myself here. But do let me know. Let me know you're still out there. Oh, I see a comment. Yep, still working. Good. Thank you very much. Quantum Man says he's been working on the latest issue of the Terminator and the DeLorean earlier this week. Nice one. Dave said had a bonus from work, but she who felt in bed broke the oven, so all the money went on a new cooker. There was much sadness from the man cave, but at least I can eat and not microwave dinners. Yes. Yes, there you go. I've not been keeping up with the chat, have I? It's kind of hard because I've got a lot of things to. I've scanned that already, haven't I? I'll scan it again anyway. Why not? Scan it. Oops. I've got lots of wakes, but how close are they all?
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
You can see those purple lines at the top. That was where I was coming from. So you can see I've done like a 180 loop there, which is what you can do fast if you make use of your whatchamacallit, flight assist controls. Yeah, I'm not that good at it. It's not easy. Right. Bring up the scan now, sir. There we go, we can scan that. Right. So let's have a look and see what I've actually got now. Now I know there's some things I haven't got. I can't remember what we actually needed. We needed... Oh, I know what we can do. I can. Can I? I don't know. Can I have a look? What do I need? Atypical disrupted wake. Okay, I needed atypical disrupted wake echoes. I've got 27 of them. I think I'm good to go on that one. So let's go and get that done. Let's head back. We'll go and get some goodness done. I will put my guns away. Anywhere. Turn that off. I'll turn the lasers off because I'm doing those. Put my fuel scoop back on just to be safe. I'll put my heatsink launcher on just to be safe. Some things you want on anyway, just in case. Let's head back to Felicity Foster. And she is there. It's Planetarius. which means to go there. If I don't need to, what am I doing? You spoon, I don't need to do that at all. I'll scan in while I'm waiting. I don't need to do that at all. The Dave. I'm scanning the Dave. The Dave is in a federal dropship. The Dave. I think that's the ship name. Or is that the... I can never remember. I've got my bounty to collect. Let's get to... Let's get to Garay Terminal, which is bizarrely the closest one right now, even though earlier on it was the other place that was closer. Okay, fine. Right, Garay Terminal it is. Let's go to Garay Terminal. Engage. No, I'm in the man cave, not on a ship, says Dave. Should be on a ship, Dave. You live in Portsmouth. You should. Everything you should do should be on a ship. Isn't everything ship related where you live? To rotate this round a bit. Approaching from the correct angle, sir. Trajectory mapped. Turning in. Full power, flood the cowling. No overshooting this time, peeps. Just to make everybody clearly aware of that. There we are, lined up perfectly with the mailbox. Look at that, with the mail slot. Your beauty. I'll put some speed on there because I'm going at no miles an hour. So we'll go in, we'll see if we can do a bit of an upgrade. And then I'll probably call it quits for today. Because I need to go and get ready for deliveries anyway. I need to go for a massive wee. And there's not much else to do. I probably have to do some more wake collections. So what I might try and do, next week you can expect maybe more of the same. I hope not. Or I might spend some time this week actually going and getting those wake signatures. We might have enough now, I don't know. If I have, it's a lot less grind than I thought it was going to be. Dave says, yes, but nobody wants to live here. We all got press ganged into it. He lives in Portsmouth. I didn't think Portsmouth was that bad. Is it? I don't know. I could be talking nonsense. I have no knowledge of such matters. See? No knowledge of such matters. 100% hull, good. And if you're wondering, by the way, your hands do animate when you move the stick. That's me moving the stick now. That's me moving the throttle. How cool is that? I do like that. If you do have a VR setup, if you've been thinking about getting this game, or if you ever wanted it, apparently this is one of the best games to play in VR. Apparently, I don't have VR. I can't actually... Well, I could probably... I would like to try proper VR, but because the way my vision works, I don't actually see stereoscopically. Because I have... when I was a little kid, I have a lazy eye, so I don't actually see in true stereoscopic vision. So, for me... It may well be that the effect of, like, if I go to like Alt Towers and you do that like 3D cinema thing, that doesn't work for me. It never works ever because I don't see stereoscopically, so I don't see in 3 dimensions. I see 2-dimensionally. Although I'm aware of 3 dimensions, I just don't see that way. So for me, that 3-dimensional effect just doesn't often work. So I don't want to spend money on a virtual reality system. Suddenly find it's just 2 little screens in front of me and I don't get the effect, because that would suck. 42, which is there, because that would suck. I'd like to try it sometime because I know you can adjust the focus. The other thing is my right eye isn't used because I have the lazy eye. My right eye isn't actually used for much. My brain doesn't process the image because it's out of focus, and my brain kind of ignores it. and really takes note from the left eye, and that's why I don't see stereo. Now it may well be that I could work on the focus a bit. I know you can adjust the foci of each individual eyepiece, but it would be a hell of a shame to buy an expensive VR system and then find it doesn't work. I'd like to try it sometime, but I wouldn't want to buy a system until I knew for sure it worked.
Landing successful. Ship secured.
Dave says, now we know why you never see the bar when we go anywhere. Oh, I never see the bar because that's a blind spot. That's totally different. Oh, I see where the bar is. I just don't see where my wallet is. I have a blind spot for wallets. Paul says, take care, people. See you next time. Hey, have a good day. Thanks for coming in, Paul. Take care, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow, I suspect. Let's have a look and see what we can do. Need to get some fuels and that. Roger, fueling now. Advanced maintenance. Let's do a little bit of that. Paintwork still at 70%. It's tough paint on this little on this little Sidewinder. Tough paintwork. We will. I don't think there's anything to sell. I do have some. None of that. No. I do have some a bounty to cash in. Do. For that ship that I blew up in pieces. Because that ship that blew up, I did all the work. I did all the work on that. All of it. All the shooting was me. All the destruction was because of me. I don't need the black market. All that was all me. Nobody else fired a shot at that ship. It was completely me all the way through. It was all me. I'm not getting search and rescue stuff. All VR headsets need a big googly eyes on the outside, says Quano Man. Yes, they do. And Chris has got that on his. Bless him. It's awesome. It looks awesome. Right, remote workshop. Let's see. Let's see how we did. What can I do now? What can I get? Now this is, like I said, it's a 2A frame shift, so it's basically what I'm going to keep. I'm not going to change this frame shift drive ever. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got all of those. We haven't got manganese, so I can't do a level 4. I haven't got arsenic. So what I can do these, if I've got enough I can do these. Let's get these doing. Now this will override whatever I had before, but that's fine. Because it's all about the range, you see. Ooh, another achievement, yes! Well engineered. 50 modules. Generate modificazioni. Okay. So 3, this is going to require 3. I have 3 phosphoruses, so I might be able to get all of these done. There we go. Now what can I do? Now on these, I can't do these now because I haven't got manganese and I haven't got arsenic. I need to do some mining on planetary surfaces. So next week, we'll be on a planetary surface doing some mining. I think you can figure that one out. Fox, a cheap way of checking is to get the VR headset is to put your phone in to try. No, that's one screen. That's no use at all. I'd need to try a proper VR headset with individually focused lenses, not on decent quality screen. I can put a phone right against my face, and all I can tell you is I can't see because it's too close. But yeah, I'd need to see the real thing. I'd love to try it at some point. Not on a cheap phone screen because I'd need to see the real thing to see if the real thing. It'd be great if I could get it to work on a phone and then find the real thing doesn't work. So, yes. Experimental effect. What would that be? I can't do it. Okay, never mind. Oh, I can't do them when I'm not at a thing, can I? I need to go to her to do that. Okay, so we upgraded the frameshift drive a bit. So, if I go to outfitting, now you see, if you remember before, when I had the vehicle hanger and the weapons and the wake shift scanner, I was getting about, what, 15, 16 light year jump range. Now I'm back up to 18.82. So if I was to take out my weapons, because I don't need to do these now, I'll store them, I won't kill, I'll just store them, because I can always come back here, or to the other place, and pick them up again. If I store these... Oops. And if I store my power-hungry fat bloater of a wake shift scanner. If I store the wake shift... It's in utility mount full. If I store the wake shift scanner, which weighs 1.3 tons. I'm already up to 20.27 light years. If I store this... That takes me to 20.79 light years. Which is what I was on about when I didn't have the SRV vehicle bay. If I was to then store my SRV bay, that takes me to 27 light years. Now this is a tiny ship, and you know, 27 light years for a Sidewinder is fat. And I've not even fully upgraded it yet. So what I'm hoping is that by the time I fully upgrade it, when I do put the vehicle hangar back, because I will need a vehicle hangar, let's be honest, when it comes to going for me exploring, I'll put this back in again. And back down to 20. So that vehicle hangar takes 7 light years off my jump range. But I'll need that when I go on exploring, because I'll need to pick up resources for, like, you know, refueling and stuff. So I will need that when I go exploring. But for example, you know, I might not need... what else would I take off? When I go from a big explore, I wouldn't need... I'd need all of that, actually. So yeah. This is kind of the loadout I would have when I eventually go for my big explore. No weapons, because I wouldn't need them. Just a heat sink, because I might screw up at some point and need to drop heat. I would need power plants and stuff, but what I could probably do is, you can see there I've got the 2B power plant, but I could probably dump that for a lighter... I'm only using that now, I don't know why I've gone for that one, because I've engineered that one now, but I could go for a 2C or 2D. It would still give me enough power to run everything, but it would drop some of the weight. So if I was to let's have a look. I won't buy one, but if I change that to a 2E with everything I've got installed now, I would just be on the limit of what I could run all my bits. Now that would actually drop my jump range. A 2D, I'd still have, you can see the little graph at the bottom, 6.34 megawatts, retractable deployed. I'd still be able to run everything, but I'd get a greater boost speed, I'd get a better jump range than the 2B I've got at the minute that's engineered. 2C, 21.9 jump range. So it's all about managing it all. So when I've got everything engineered up massively, what I'll then do is I'll start planning the module. So it may be that, for example, I swap this out for, let's say, a 2C, or even a 2D, which is enough for me to run all my modules. Swap to a 2D, and then engineer that. But of course, the thing is with the 2D, it might mean that I can't run. It takes longer to charge weapons up, or it takes longer to charge the FSD, or things like that. So you've got to think about all this. So I can life support, don't really care. Power distributor. I don't think you can get a 1A. That would boost my... Ooh, see, that would boost. Ah, okay. I've not actually had a 1A power distributor before. I don't think it's engineered. That would give me a bit more juice for boostage. It's going to be a bit more power draw, but I can cope with that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that. 20,000, 1A power distributor. I think that gives me a bit more jumpy, boosty time as well. Bit more weapons capacity, faster recharge for weapons. Yeah, I don't know why I'm on a 1B then. It's a bit more weight, but it's not so much that it's going to actually affect my jump range at all. So let's swap that out. I've got 21.9 light years. Right now, that's with the SRV bay. 2D thrusters. I've engineered those, but if I was again to you know, there's nothing I can do right now to give me a better jump range with different thrusters. I can only have the same. I'm not bothered about those. Life support. That's the one I got when I got this thing to start with. I can go for a 1D life support, which draws a little bit more power, a bit more time. Again, increasing my jump range, so we'll take that. Uh, 1D sensors. We've engineered those. They're not going to give me a massive amount more jump range. It's not really worth worrying about those. 1D's fine. The reason I get more jump range there, I've engineered those a bit so they go a bit heavier, which is why the jump range drops than a generic one. But they've got a bit better range, you see. Because I engineered them, they're a bit heavier, but they've also got 30% more range than normal. They've got a wider scan. So that's what engineering's all about. It's about just tarting things up. I can't do anything with the fuel tank, unfortunately. There's no options with that. Can I do anything with... There's no options with the hangar because there's only one kind of hangar. You literally get planetary vehicle hangar. There's only... I could go for 2G... 2G... 2H. That would give me a bit more. That actually would give me a lot more. Vehicle slots 1. Draws a bit more power. Screw it, let's have that. It's all about management and fiddling around. We need to get a vehicle again though. But I was in the shop now, so 24, so we've gone up to 24.4 light years. That's good. I'm not compromising on the fuel scoop because that is the best fuel scoop for this ship. And fuel scoop is just for a 2 slot. I mean, I could get a 1 slot, but I'm currently getting 0.08 tons per second scoop rate. I can't get better than that. I don't want to spend 45 minutes refueling at every system. 1C shield generator. Again, it's not really desperately important at the moment. But I haven't got a lot of choice anyway. Not here at this station. That one. It's okay, so we managed to get it back up to 24. So a bit more engineering on that frame shift drive, and we might get this back to like 27 light years with the vehicle hangar. We'll find out. But basically I need to go and find, when we come back next time, I need to find... I need to find the right button. I need to find... some manganese, handful of manganeses, and a handful of arsenics. Probably 3 or 4. Maybe let's say 5 arsenics or manganeses, which we can probably quite easily do by just landing on planets that have them. So we'll go on. We might even in this system. We'll find out. So we shall have a look. So that'll be next time. Then we'll go and do some planetary goodness. What I shall do is I shall leave you with a delightful shot of the Squishywidge. We've got a better shot than that one. There, of course, our pilot for today, Bev Bevan from that 1970s ELO. I will at some point update his outfit, but I have to earn arcs, and it's going to take forever to earn enough in-game currencies to do that. But we'll get there eventually. That's the aim, to give him some decent outfit. See there, you can even see his hand moving as I move the stick. Look at that. Quite cool. It does follow your hand movements. It doesn't, if you pull back on the throttle, it doesn't. Oh, it does. It didn't used to do that. Maybe that's one of the bug fixes they've done. But that's me waggling them. Oh. I'm not going to make that joke. That's Yamix's job. So yes, so that's going to do us today. So next week I shall go and do some planetary explorations. We'll finish up upgrading the frame shift drive. Because it's all about the jump range for me. I don't mind if it... the only reason I upgraded it to shielded there was because I needed to get the XP with the engineer to get her to level 5. I knew I wasn't going to be fussed about it being shielded. I don't really care. For me, it's the jump range I want. I want the jump range so I can do 30 light year jumps. which makes exploration on the outer fringes of the galaxy a lot better. Let's have a quick last look at chat. I've been considering that for my iPhone, says Quano Man, about the VR thing. Yeah, I mean, the VR stuff on phones is supposed to be actually really quite good. It's just, for me, it just doesn't work. And having one screen close by with two different lenses, I want to see the real thing, and I want to see it. If I knew that VR headsets actually worked, I would love to play. I mean, you can't do VR on the Xbox anyway. Well, you can, but it's not brilliant. The other thing, of course, is if you want to play Elite Dangerous on VR, you really need to do it kind of on the PC. You can do it on PlayStation, PSVR, but it's kind of much better if you do it on PC, really. Let's just be honest, because then you can have all the spanky graphic settings and everything, and it's much easier. I mean, maybe one day, but again, it's not urgent for me. I don't mind having a telly to look at. I'm used to it. But I think that's going to do us. How many have we got? We've got 16 watching in the minute. I know we don't get big viewing figures on these videos, but I don't really mind. I'm just going to be here anyway, playing this game for a few hours of a Saturday, so it's just a chance for you guys to hang out. I shall leave it at that. I'll go and wait for my package to turn up and decide what I'm having for dinner. Thank you so much for watching. Now, don't forget, as always, if you'd like to support this channel, please do. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell and choose all to make sure you don't miss anything. But like the videos. Whenever you find someone you like on YouTube and you like their content, if you want to help them out, click the like button. It really helps their video in the listings, and it means that they get more views, and it really helps their channel grow. So like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Don't forget all the usual links down below for Goblin Gaming and e-models. Affiliate link for Goblin Gaming, so you can get your tabletop gaming stuff there and also help me out because it tells them I sent you and I get a little income from that. And don't forget, of course, patreon.com/modelmakingguru, address at the bottom of the screen. All the links are in the description below the video. If you'd like to really directly support this channel, do go and check it out. Your support is greatly appreciated because my patrons pay my wages. And they mean I can do this and the model making as my job. They pay my income. So massive thanks to all my lovely, fluffy, beautiful patrons who I adore completely. But other than that, just hit like and subscribe if you want to support me as best you can. It's wonderful. But thank you very much for watching. I will be back. Oh, Colin's turned up. How do? Hey, Colin. Welcome for turning up. Bye. Just about to finish. Don't forget, tomorrow, of course, is 12 o'clock tomorrow. I'm assuming Colin's doing his stream with him and Steve doing their normal it's a breakfast club then. Their buddy build, a little sort of get together. Is it brunch? No, brunch club, that's it, brunch. I'm thinking of food. The brunch stream at 12 o'clock, that goes to 2:30. I'll be doing my Warhammer Sundays at 3 o'clock tomorrow, GMT of course, on my channel. That's on Festa's stream, Festa 67's workshop. He's only turned up at the end so people can get to his channels when I tell him to go to his. I'll say that. Hang on, swig of tea because I'm talking rubbish now. One sec. My mouth needs lubrication. I bet he's only come now, so I can say click on his name and it'll take you to his channel. See, he's canny, that lad. He turns up at the last minute. Oh, I'm here. Yeah, no, I'm only joking. Anyway, yes, do go and watch Colin's thing tomorrow at 12. A couple and a half hours of him, Steve, working on their nightmare kits. I'll be on at 3 o'clock with Warhammer Sundays, of course. And then Chris will be here, hopefully at 8 PM tomorrow with his Warhamster Sunday. And then we're back on Monday, as always. Hopefully this week coming up, I will get time to do the X-Wing magazine Partworks updates. I said I was going to do them this week, but with Mama Fox being poorly sick, I didn't get time to do any bench time this week at all. Hopefully that'll be next week. So ignore last week. Next week's the thing. But that's going to do me. So thank you very much for watching. You taught me well, says Colin. Yes, me and Dave Sunday. Did I say Steve? I don't know why I said Steve. Me and Dave Sunday brunch every Sunday, 12:30 to 2:30. You plugged me, by the way. Yes, I said 12 though, didn't I? I got the time wrong and the name wrong. I got it all wrong, babe. I just suck. Anyway, yes, I shall press the stop button because also big wheeze on these. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. I shall see you tomorrow. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And until next time, I shall say adios, amoebatrons. Until next time. Jabella.